in Porter's Place. We go live to the house. Hey, Chris, good morning. All right, so let's talk Yannick Ngakoue. What's the status?
Lewis Turner, I tell you, I don't think it's looking good for the Jaguars signing Yannick Ngakoue to a long-term deal before today's 4 o'clock deadline. Here's what we know, Lou. This drama has been dragging on since last summer when we heard the Jaguars and Ngakoue had gotten close to a deal. Ngakoue, we've been told, wants at least an average of $20 million a year. They did not make that happen last year. Now you fast forward, the Jaguars slapped the franchise tag on him, and he's been adamant about the fact that he wants a long-term deal. He's been adamant about the fact that he wants out of Jacksonville. The Jags have been adamant about the fact that they want to keep him here. Now we know some teams have shown interest, but the Jaguars, they're going to give up Ngakoue. They want something big in return. Now Ngakoue has repeatedly been linked to the Philadelphia Eagles, often by himself, and he continues to try to force his way out of the River City. Here's the deal. If the Eagles are going to try and make a trade for Ngakoue, they need to do it before the 4 o'clock deadline, and here's why. Now, if they do it before the 4 o'clock deadline, then they could sign him to a long-term deal and make that deal cap-friendly for them. If they try to trade for Ngakoue after the 4 o'clock deadline, then that $17.8 million is going to be on their books. They only have about $24 million in cap space. Usually teams don't want to give up a lot of assets when they're only going to have a guy on a one-year deal. And with that $17.8 million that will go on their books after the 4 o'clock deadline, if they made the trade, that means it would eat up about 75% of their salary cap. And the Eagles want as much cap space heading into the 2021 offseason because they're expected to be about $50 million over the cap. That's what they're projected. So if Yannick Ngakoue decides not to sign this franchise tag, then he can sit out of training camp practices and not even be fined because he's currently not under contract. But the Jags have the leverage at this point, Lou.
Yeah, Chris, you know, in big names, seeing what happened with Patrick Mahomes, seeing that man make his money, probably making these guys even hungrier. Somebody even like the hometown hero, Derrick Henry, with the Titans. I mean, pay the man his money, but it's looking like he's going to be a franchise tag as well.
Yes, Lou, we're hearing that the pride of Yulee, Derrick Henry, is expected to sign his franchise tag, which will pay him a little more than $10 million a year. But have you seen his workout videos? This dude is a beast. I even reached out to him on Instagram. I talk to him all the time on Instagram. Like, man, you're putting in work ethic. You can't complain about it. His quarterback, Ryan Tannehill, has been saying this guy needs a long-term deal. And don't forget what Derrick Henry did in November and through the postseason. He was a biggest reason why the Titans got one win away from playing in the Super Bowl. Now, they're not expecting the Titans and Henry to work out a long-term deal because, you know, he'll be a free agent in 2021, but he is expected to sign his franchise tag today before 4 o'clock.
Yeah, man, just throws humans. All right, so, Chris, the big question, just your gut. What is it telling you? We get football this year or not?
Lou, I want to remain as optimistic as I possibly can.
There you go.
You know, we cannot ignore the coronavirus numbers that are rising here in our state and across the country. And the hottest areas, the hotbeds, Florida, California, Texas, Arizona, a lot of NFL teams playing in those states, Sweet Lou. So it's going to be difficult to make it happen. I want to believe that it's going to happen, but I don't know. Keep our fingers crossed. It will be tough to get NFL football here this year. So we'll remain optimistic. We'll believe that we're going to have football until we're told otherwise.
And I got Mike Prangley just off about 15 feet from me, socially distanced, screaming at me, be positive, Lewis. Lewis, stay positive. He wants positivity, Chris Porter, and I guess he's thinking
stay positive, Sweet Lou.
Don't be so negative, Lewis. Be positive. Chris Porter, thank you for waking up with us. We'll talk to you very soon. It is 6:51, your GMJ on the go. Coming up next, all the headlines you need to know before you walk out the door. Stay there.